you doing? We're into part 3 of this series for the complete power library of games for the original Xbox. If you haven't already, please check out parts 1 and 2. Subscribe, notification, all that sort of stuff, so you guys can keep tabs on when the following videos in this series come out, so you can keep on top of everything. Alright, well, we'll crack into the next lot of games and get this moving. Alright, cracking on with FIFA Street after the FIFA football games. Fight Club, another movie-based game. Definitely a few forward-based games for the original Xbox as well, which is pretty cool. So Ford Racing 3, this is a cover variant, so you got the UK version and then you got the Australian version with the XABC hardtop variant. Ford Falcon, then you've got the BABF Ford Falcon in the front here with the well, this is technically an XR8, if you can see the little thing there, but obviously the 6-cylinder versions came with the almighty Barra. Forza, been having a lot of fun playing that. I need to come back to it, but I've been trying to, when I do play it, sit down and actually use a steering wheel. So it's been a pretty good experience so far. Yeah, Frankie Dettori. Got another cover variant here. Futurama, this is probably one of the, I'd say, the cooler variants to try and obtain. Not rare, but I wouldn't call this exactly common either by any stretch. You can find copies available here and there. Basically, I think there was a shop called, this is going to actually, called Game over in the UK, and I think this was like a shop variant to the game. So other than the cover, everything's pretty much identical, but as you can see, it's a really nice vibrant purple. Also another one of my favorite cover arts for the system. Fusion Frenzy, that's a pretty good multiplayer game actually, to keep keep the kids entertained, or you got friends around. Good couch co-op or multiplayer game co-op. Gene Troopers, this is definitely one of the rarer titles for the system. You do come across these sealed more often than not, which is pretty interesting. So I wouldn't know where you'd kind of place this, but I think it is top 10 of one of the rarer power games for the system. Godzilla games, GoldenEye. Yeah. Alright. That's the start of part 3. Let's go get the next lot of games. Alright, into some bangers here. So we've got Grand Theft Auto. So this is the double pack, or the Xbox collection. So this contains Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I actually haven't played through 3. I've done Vice City on PlayStation 2 and what did I recently do that on? I think I bought the definitive collection that they did the re-release for. So yeah, got Vice City through that and completed that on Xbox again. So that was good experience to go through and do. Grand Theft Auto. So there was an update to the codification system within Australia. I think it was like 2005, I think. Either or. I think I have some more details on the actual post that I made about it on Instagram. So yeah, a few games went that change. Yeah, Greg Hastings. Alright, Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Maxed. So I've got the Australian version and the UK version. The UK version is one of the rarer UK based titles, similar to Conspiracy Weapons of Mass Destruction, as a wholly and solely as a UK title. Overall, as a title in general, you can pick up copies in Australia here that are, I would say, common to uncommon. However, just as a pure UK title, it can be quite rare to find. And a little bit pricey too. Yeah, some more just shelf fill stuff. Half-Life, Halo. So, my lord, there's a lot of fucking variations to do with Halo. So all of these are Australian, but as you can see on the spine, there's I don't even know what you call these. I think this is the Microsoft part number or identifier or something. But yeah, all these are different to one another. So these two, I guess, would be the same, just one's got a not for resale sticker on the front, but one now has only on Xbox and one doesn't. But if we have a look, they've all got the same, what is it, F78 00010 ID. So yeah, not too sure where those came from. So I got two different IDs here as well. Both are not for resale variants. So not sure what these specifically got packed into, but yeah, just more variants. I wouldn't say I'm actively looking out for this sort of stuff. It was just a case of like when I was buying bulk lots, when I was refurbing consoles, I just kind of kept stuff that I didn't have, and then just kind of built it out from there. So I was never specifically hunting for the variations, but just kept anything that I didn't have. I have been slowly trying to go through and try and get complete Australian copies of games, and then try and sell off the UK versions if there's no major differences in the inlay variations. Pardon me. Because if you try to go down the path of trying to get like every single different codified game, like the rabbit hole would be never ending. Because then you'd throw on top of language variants and all the rest of it, and just be, it'd be wild trying and get one of everything. A few Hitman games, Hot Wheels, Hulk. Yeah, nothing too exciting here. Then we get to another special limited collector's edition game, the Jade Empire. This has got that weird shiny cover to it. I don't know what you'd call that, to be honest. I think this had 2 discs in it. Yeah. The soundtrack. Bonus content. too sure what was on there, but yeah, another special edition. Alright, let's go grab some more games. Okay, so now I can explain the James Bond stuff. So you can see on the front cover it's like 007 Agent Under Fire, 007 Everything and Nothing, 007 Nightfire. However, on the actual spines of the case it's got James Bond, and James Bond. So that's kind of why I put them in the J section of games rather than the 007 section with the numbers at the start of the collection. Oh, Jaws. Now, I don't know if there was the same issue on the NTSC version, but the Power version, there's a manufacturing defect with this disc. Like, I don't even know what the percentage is. It would be bloody high with the amount of discs that do not work. I've got a working copy. However, a bloke that just recently started picking up some OG Xbox Power stuff, I think he's up to his 8th or 9th copy that has not worked. Like the Power version, that has not worked. Likewise, it doesn't matter where you get it from. I've seen and had some of the Australian versions that do not work. However, something good to note is that I think the discs are the same between the regions. So if you happen to find a working disc in one part of the world, you should be able to just swap it out with the version that you have, and there shouldn't be any difference if you're that way OCD inclined with trying to keep everything specific to the region that it came from. But yeah, I would very strongly recommend that if you're looking to buy a copy of this game, bail up the seller and go provide recent notable evidence that the game is working, like even like a date time stamp or their name, or provide some sort of evidence with a working video of the game running. It is that bad. Well in excess of 50%, if not higher, of working copies. So, or non-working copies rather, I guess. So yeah, Jaws Unleashed. So people refer to it as a rare game, like you can find copies. It's definitely uncommon, but the rare component is definitely finding a working version of the game. Jet Set Radio Future. Ooh, pardon me. Juiced. So this is the THQ version. Okay, into Jurassic Park. Here's some more bits and pieces. Alright, Knights of the Temple 2. I'd probably say this version of the game, which is the English-French version, I would say is the rarest and most expensive PAL version game for the original Xbox. These do not come up for sale very often. I think there's one person on eBay trying to ask well in excess of $2,000 Australian for an open copy of this. I think I paid, I'm going to say it was about $900 odd for my copy, that is Australian. So it's getting up to, I'd say, $450 to £500. Not sure what that is in USD, sorry, but you guys can figure it out. Now, this is one of those games similar to Greg Hastings' Paintball, the Max version. The game itself, the title of the game is, I would not consider rare. You can pick this up in other language variants from other regions for a fairly handy price. But overall, not a rare game. What variant is rare is definitely the UK version that has the English and the French manuals in it. So if you're trying to go for a full UK set, then definitely quite a rare game to get a hold of. However, if you're just trying to complete a power set in general, there's quite a few options out there to try and get a much cheaper alternative. So Room Zoom and Shaolin, which are I would say the two rarest games on the PAL set, the price of those have caught up to this thing quite a substantial amount. However, I haven't seen one of these sell for some time. Alright. Largo Winch is another rarer UK title. Managed to pick up a sealed one here. I don't think this one's overly expensive, it's just difficult to find. Alright. I love the Lego games, they are quite fun to play. LMA, I believe these are all PAL exclusives. Alright. Well, let's put these away and get the next lot out for you. Into the Madden series of games. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for PAL. 08 and 09 were NTSC only, with 09 being the last game ever produced for the original Xbox. Yeah, a couple other titles here. Manhunt. So, as the story goes, the Australian rated version was only on shelves at EB Games for like a couple of weeks, if not a week, I think it was, from what I've been informed, before it got pulled. So trying to find, well, you can pick up the Australian codified versions. I wouldn't say it's anything ridiculously rare, but definitely uncommon. Mine's got a few bits and pieces that I'm kind of keeping on here. It's pretty funny to see that some of these games, like how much they were worth back in the day. Like a lot of these titles would have been like $60, $70, $80, $90 games. Some of which now you can pick up for like $5, $6, which is pretty wild. This guy though, you're probably going to be paying a little more than retail from circa 2003, 4, whenever this was made. The UK versions, they're also fairly uncommon to come across as well. I don't know if they had the same issues where the game got pulled. I think this game is potentially illegal to own in Germany. I think it was Manhunt. One of the guys one of the German collectors as part of our Power group, I think he made mention that it was Manhunt, but yeah, there's one of the games that was a bit, had a bit of a dodgy history that's basically illegal to basically have in your possession. So it's not particularly ideal, but I had a UK copy and I definitely wanted an Australian one, so this one came up for semi-reasonable price and was in pretty good condition. And it's got a bit of EB Games, or still got one of the old Electronic Boutique stickers on there, which is kind of cool. This limited edition, I swear there's more of these things sealed than there is actually open. Like every other one of these things is bloody sealed, so just because you find a sealed one, don't think it's anything particularly rare. I end up just buying a loose game so I could actually open it and have a look at it and touch it and do all that sort of weird stuff, because I like to go through the games. Alright, Matt Hoffman. Would have gone through Mech Assault as part of my Power Soft Mod video. So you can see this is one of those games that got a live online enabled version partway through its life cycle. Yeah, after doing that, doing the Power Soft Mod video, there's obviously been the end game exploit come out. So John, or Rocky 5, he's finally done his version of the endgame exploit to run the his Xbox softmodding tools, the payload. I've given that a go on my Xbox and it works absolutely brilliantly. I've got it on a memory card. So yeah, because I know the games that were actually required to run the soft mod actually typically demanded a slightly higher price because they were in demand to run the soft mod. So be curious to see what happens now if some of the pricing starts to come down on those games or not. Got another special limited edition here, again with the weird like metallic-y metal looking cover, similar to like Jade Empire and Call of Duty. So yeah, Medal of Honor games. These were pretty good to play. Got Melbourne Cup, so obviously the Australian version of Frankie Dettori. So Frankie Dettori being the UK version, and also a considerably shitload rarer than the Melbourne Cup. So normally this is about a $20 game here in Australia for a nice clean condition one. So normally, if the UK guys are struggling to try and find a Frankie Dettori, then we normally sort them out with at least a Melbourne Cup, so they got something in their collection. Having to go through and find some replacement games for upgrades, this game has been an absolute pain in my bum. While certainly there are copies available for purchase, they are normally in such absolute dog water condition, it's not even worth looking into or buying. There was a sealed copy up on Australian eBay. I think it's going for like, or asking $200 odd. It was getting to the point where I was contemplating about getting that, so I just had a bloody replacement copy. However, another mate in the UK finally came across a couple of copies, so I bought one of those off of him. So that was the last one I was needing to finally do all the PAL upgrades needed. So cannot wait to get all those delivered to me. Miami Vice, this is, you would think, like with the title of Miami Vice, that you would think this would be available as an NTSC title. However, this is a PAL exclusive for some unknown reason. Go figure. Midnight Club series. I can't remember which one I had on PlayStation 2. I think it might have been Midnight Club 3. Just not the remix edition, but yeah, bloody fun games to play. Alright, well there's the next lot of games. Well, that's going to wrap up part 3. I'd say we're about halfway through the collection at this point. So yeah, it looks like we're probably going to be doing 5-6 parts. I might even do a special part at the end to kind of give a visual representation of all the PAL exclusives for the original Xbox, and do a comparison to what was identified in the Xbox era book. So I can just give a visual representation of how much they actually missed. So rather than me flicking through the pages of the book and not really kind of getting a visualization of just like how bad they actually fucked it. So hopefully you want to do that as a bit of a special piece at the end. But if you're liking the content, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you can follow along with the series. And yeah, I'll see you legends in part 4 of the series. Bye for now.